Alright, and we're recording. So hello everyone, and welcome to kind of an episode where I explain some things about UnderScroll and also give you guys some spoilers about it. So major spoiler alerts, just pointing that out, major spoiler alert. So yeah, let's just get right into it. First, I kind of want to talk about where I'm going to post the story. I've got plenty of pages open, as you can see. First of all, obviously, I'm gonna post updates on my Facebook page, just like I did here, because, well, I always post updates on my Facebook page, but not all of my YouTube videos are kind of posted here, so yeah, you can mostly find things that I'm working on. Probably if you go, if I go to pictures, you can see my drawings and stuff like that. All that good stuff. You can just see in general what I'm working on. That's also some things that just aren't uploaded to YouTube. So, yeah. I'll remember that. I was making TikTok videos and my phone died and I wanted to make a meme out of it, but yeah, it flopped. Just like all my content does. Except for my Gacha Life videos, because that really got some fame to it. And on TikTok I have a lot of followers too. Yeah, so, yeah, you saw a little bit of what I was working on already with here. These couple of last ones. This one. Up until this one. So, like, all these. They were all requests that someone asked me to draw. So, if you have requests, I could draw it, but I'm kind of busy now, so, you know, it could take a while. This one too, this one was also a request. And, yeah, I think this one was a request as well. The one with the kitty cats. I think the rest was all my own doing. Yeah, a couple of these fusions were requested, these three. Yeah. Yeah, and that was it for requests. But you can also see, like, how I used to draw, like, years ago. This is one of my oldest, if not the oldest, computer drawing that I have. And I posted it 2019, but that's because I made my page in 2019. I made this drawing, like, in 2016 or something like that. I made it a long time ago. I don't exactly remember when I made it, but I didn't even have my drawing tablet or a good drawing application because I literally drew this with paint. Old school paint. So yeah, you can definitely see how much my skills kind of as an artist have improved, though I still don't consider myself to be that much of a good artist, although this one is pretty cool. But like the hand, I could have done that way better, and her body's kind of twisted in a weird way, but you know. Yeah. I could judge my own art for, like, the rest of the time, but that's not what this video is about. So, continuing on to the next one, I'm gonna try to post it on Tumblr as well. I posted one update here, but when I'm gonna post things here, it's gonna be less about the updates and more about the actual comic. So, I won't update everything on Tumblr, but if you prefer Tumblr, then here you go. I already posted the first bits of the comic. So yeah, whenever I finish a comic, I will be posting it here. And I still have this one. Lol. Maybe I should show you guys that too. Because I posted a video like this, like how I drew it, on YouTube, but it wasn't nearly as much done as it is now. It's not done yet, because I want to make it better, different. Did I put it with UnderScroll? Oh, I think I did. Yeah, I did. This is the drawing application thing that I'm using, by the way. Oh gosh, that's a lot of items it needs to load. I forgot how much... Oh my gosh, so many layers. I mean, these are like... Look, so many layers. Each of them have like 4 layers. Each of these map thingies. So, yeah. But yeah, usually I use onion skin mode to do this. And then you can autoplay And then voila, it plays the GIF animation, although this is very slow. I think it was 8pfs that I did it with. Maybe not. Yeah, it is. Is it? I'm not sure. Well, yeah, but this is like the first Undertale animation I kind of sort of tried to make. The next one I'm gonna try to do better, but I'm not sure if I can, so yeah. This is part of my skills. I also have another one. This one. But this one is not even close to being an animation yet. I need skin mode. Because it needs to be perhaps kind of turning around. So it needs to like stop after this one. But yeah, you can already see how it's going kind of in a way. But I still need to change everything about it. I still need to make it better. Yeah, anyways, back to the internet pages. I also post some other stuff here, as you can see, my bearded dragons, and some more stuff probably. Here's my sort of fursuit that I'm making. It's still like this. I still haven't continued. I'm doubting if I'll ever finish it, because I still need the fur, and I still haven't looked for the right fur yet, so I don't know. And this is also a piece of animation that I made, but it's literally just the beginning of something and I didn't finish it, so yay. Hopefully I will finish this one. I should, because I'm really hyped about it, so that's good. This was also in request. This was my own sort of challenge. So yeah, I've got a lot of different stuff on here, as you can see, but I will be trying to update more on UnderScroll as well, but not as much as I would on like Wattpad or on Facebook, because on Facebook I'm also planning to like post like every little update there, so those two will definitely be the most accurate with what I'm working on. Like if you want every little detail of how I'm working on this, those two pages would be the go-to pages, because, you know, I'll show you Wattpad in a little bit. So yeah, that's it for Tumblr. I'm not gonna do much on Tumblr. And on DeviantArt I'm also posting the comic, but I did do it with a watermark. Just in case, I don't know. I mean, the other pages is not exactly with a watermark, so maybe I shouldn't. Or I should make my own watermark or something, I don't know. But yeah, I've posted it here as well. And in my gallery, you can see somewhere... You can also see all my other art stuff, but like right over here I've got a map called UnderScroll, and that's where I'll post the comic. I'm not sure if I'm gonna post updates here, I haven't done that yet, so right now it's just the comic that's on this one. So yeah, I'm not sure if I'm gonna do that on this page. Hey, cosplay. Sorry. Yeah. That's also a thing, by the way. I made like TikTok cosplay videos when I was cosplaying Sans. So if you guys want to see that, let me know. It's gonna be pretty embarrassing, but you know, I'm okay with that. I am one embarrassing mess, so nothing new. That picture looks so weird though. The videos look better. So yeah, okay. So now onto my YouTube channel, which is, you know, what I'm making this video for. This is gonna be the most detailed place where I'm gonna post updates. Of course, there are some times when I have like a picture of something or something, I might not post it. I'm not sure. I might not, because there is already a second part of this that I haven't posted yet. So I guess if you want full updates, Wattpad and Facebook would be the go-to places. And for this, it's mainly the videos that I'm gonna be talking about UnderScroll and the new ideas that I have. I might even go live with this, I'm not sure. I've never really gone live before. One time. A very long time ago, like 3 years ago I went live. But I think it was on another channel as well, I'm not sure. Oh wow. 75 likes on this already. Wow. There's also in the comments here someone who gave me some tips, which is really great. So if you guys have some tips or anything that I could use for making a comic or making the little animation that I was planning to make, tips are always welcome. I really appreciate it. If you want tips from me, I can also give them to you, but I'm not that much of a good artist yet, so, you know, I'm still trying to figure out what kind of art style I have. So, like, if you look at my drawings, it's definitely, one time it looks more cartoonish, the other time it looks more like anime, and there are very few times where I try to do realistic, which is only with birds and cats, because they're the ones I can draw best realistic-ish, because it still looks like a cartoonish. It looks like a combination between cartoonish and realistic. So, yeah. But you can definitely see that I'm using different kind of art styles, because I haven't figured out what my style is yet. And I feel more comfortable with the anime-ish style. But I say anime-ish because if I draw it, honestly, I don't really think it looks much like anime. I mean, a little bit. It's the same principle as anime, but it doesn't look as clean as anime does, if that makes any sense. My logo should probably explain all about that too, because my logo kind of also looks weird in a way, like strangely drawn. 76 likes? Are you kidding me? There's a new like? I didn't even notice. So, yeah. Also, I gained so many followers. How? I'm not even that good at what I do. Or I'm judging myself too much. That's probably also a thing. Why am I going to videos? I have no idea. Guess I just wanted to check it out. I wonder how many people... there are new likes on this video. But I don't want to click it because it's instantly gonna play. So, yeah, okay. So that's it for YouTube. I'll post videos on there about UnderScroll where I explain things, and maybe even sometimes sort of let's draw-ish episode where I like just draw stuff for UnderScroll and you guys can watch me draw. I might try to do that live too, but I'm not sure how. I know that with Underverse they kind of did that. They kind of like went live as to how they draw. But I don't know if I can or if I should, because, you know, I'm definitely not as good as they are, so you're gonna see me erase a lot of things that I draw, because it literally takes me 4 hours before I have a base for drawing. Yeah, I'm that clumsy. So yeah, I'm not sure if I should, because it's gonna take a lot of time. I mean, if I'm gonna be busy on one drawing for like 4 hours, you guys are gonna get bored. And I'm gonna get bored eventually as well, because I'm gonna have to keep on talking and stuff, and my voice is gonna hurt. So I don't think I'm gonna do that live. Maybe a little bit, like if I'm like halfway in making the drawing, because then it would just be like an hour, maybe 2 at most. And that would still be okay. For me. I mean, for you guys it would probably still be boring as heck, but, you know, for me it would be okay. So if you guys are interested in like a live video of me drawing, then I guess I could. But then I am indeed gonna start it like halfway through. Or maybe when I already have one drawing and I have to draw over that drawing in order to make the animation. You know, with slight movements and stuff like that. Also, for my drawings, I kinda should probably tell you that too. I may have actually already told you about that. But I'm using Fire Alpaca. It's a free app that you can use to draw things, and it's pretty cool. I guess I could open another file. I mean, I opened this one last time, so I guess I already showed you this, probably. Process. Yes. Here's some more spoilers. Because I'm drawing these two. But I'm trying to switch these two up. Like right now you can see that their t-shirts aren't right, because I'm switching them up from this one. Yeah, this one. And what I'm gonna do is, like, when they're switched in a way, I'm gonna do the background different. I'm gonna do like Snowden instead of the ruins. And then what I'm gonna do after that is just copy paste this drawing over that drawing and then make it a GIF so that it switches between the two. Because then that way, you know, you can see that, you know, first Kara was against the idea of genocide and Frisk was the one who decided to do so anyways, which is where this, you know, which is this drawing. But then here it says, now Kara tries to take control over Frisk and force her to commit genocide, and I see a little mistake over here. Hello. Can I change this? Probably. Okay. That's not exactly... Thank you. Just gonna... Really? Oh wow. That's not exactly great. Okay, let's just do it like this because that goes a little bit easier for me. Perfect. And then we're gonna Control T and move it till over here. I think it's too much of a space, but that's fine. And we also need this. Oh boy. You know what? Is there a difference in that? I don't think there is, so I'm just gonna clip it. And then just erase this part. We don't want mistakes in my comic. Man, this is hard to do with the mouse. Although it's not the first time I've drawn with the mouse. There are plenty of things that I've actually drawn with my mouse instead of my drawing tablet, which sometimes is not a very good idea. Anyways, that looks a little bit better. Not much, because there's a little bit too much space over here, but oh well. It looks better than the ends being stuck to Frisk. So anyways, yeah. So yeah, those two are gonna switch in like this awesome... Control C, Control V. In an awesome GIF, I wanted to say. Yeah, I think that's good. Control C, Control V. Are you kidding me? Control C, Control V. And then we clip this together, and then when we get the other one, the letters will remain the same, but the page or the drawing, I mean, will be different because it's gonna be them switched. Cool. Yes, we're gonna save because I fixed it. So yeah, the next one, the next page. Wow, we're still talking about where I'm gonna post it. This is gonna be one long episode of me explaining things about UnderScroll. I mean, I could go on for this for hours because I've got so many crazy ideas that I could entail in this. Or put in this. I'm not from England, so if I say something wrong in English, I'm sorry. So anyways, yeah, this is where I'll post the story. So it's not gonna be the comic. It's literally gonna be just the story. Which on Wattpad I'll eventually post both. But I'll show you that in a moment. So yeah, this is just me writing the story. So there are gonna be no pictures because you can't really do that with fanfiction except for, you know, the cover image, but I don't really have a cover image. I can talk, sorry. I don't really have a cover image yet, so it's still my own image, which is this one. Which is also like one of the closest things I've ever drawn to realistic. So yeah, you can find me with these two links. I might put the links in the description below as well, just because it's easier for you guys. But yeah. On to Wattpad. On Wattpad, I've got like everything regarding the story. At least I'm gonna try to do that, except for the videos, of course, because the YouTube videos, I can mostly put links to the YouTube videos in here, which I might do as well, actually. That's not a bad idea. But basically, I've got everything here. So yeah, with Wattpad, I am also posting spoilers. So here, I got a little bit of spoilers. I could read this bit out loud, I guess, because it kind of summons up the beginning. So yeah, I could do that, I guess. If you don't want me to read this out loud and you wanted to read it for yourself, you can pause the video and then skip the video on ahead after I'm done reading this. I'll probably post down below, like, at what minutes I'm done talking about this. So yeah, anyways, the underground is stuck in the resets as usual. A lot of genocide runs have passed, and the human has finally fought her way out of the darkness and taken control again. She and Kara both know that they're to blame, but something did corrupt them to become so violent. That's kind of like, they're not exactly to blame. Like, I don't consider them to be 100% to be blamed, but they do feel like that. Like, this is their point of view in a way, that they think that they are to blame. So yeah, before you guys attack me in the comments saying that those two aren't evil, they think they kind of have some blame in it. So yeah, let's continue. Perhaps a certain scroll. That certain scroll made them become violent. And why? Because a certain creature is trapped within certain sad scroll. Anyways, I'm gonna continue reading this before I reveal too many spoilers. Although they started the genocide, they sure as hell didn't finish it. Basically, Frisk started the first genocide run, and Kara ended it when Frisk started to have doubts. That part, basically, it started with a neutral run. Frisk killed a couple of monsters out of fear that they would hurt her. Or, you know, that they would do some bad things. And then, at one point, Kara took over and decided to finish it all because she knew that Frisk would then reset. Because, you know, Frisk was starting to have doubts, and Kara kind of knew, like, if I'm gonna kill the rest of them, she's definitely going to feel the guilt, and she's definitely going to reset. However, during that reset, basically what happens next is, like, the more they reset, the more the darkness grows in their hearts. That darkness is caused by the creature within the scroll. Asriel, aka Flowey, wasn't entirely innocent of all this either. He had a fair share of malevolent timelines, before the two humans did, obviously. And Sans, who also knows about the resets, doesn't count himself fully innocent either, since he does keep killing the three of them when they do a genocide run. So all four of them have to deal with their own version of guilt. And it weighs down on them, and that causes the creature within the scroll to become stronger. Sans also blames himself for not being able to protect his loved ones beforehand. So yeah, they all blame themselves for something. At one point, Frisk did a best fist run. She, Kara, Flowey, and Sans try a lot to redeem themselves, and they become very close friends by doing so. And all things go well for a while, until something happens. So yeah, basically my story starts with the genocide run. It starts with the last genocide run before my story takes place. So basically the genocide run, chapter 1, is basically a prologue. Maybe I should start calling it a prologue instead of chapter 1. That would be smarter, probably. Because you kind of see what happens and what makes them decide to do another pacifist run while they are covered with darkness, I guess. So basically, something really bad happens during the first genocide run. Or not first, but the last, I guess. Something really bad happens, and the humans realize that they aren't in control, and what they're doing wasn't their own choice. And, Flowey is basically watching them for a while, and he also figures it out, like, wait a minute, something is forcing them to do this. And that something seems very familiar to him, because it also forced him to do it. So at the end of the genocide run, obviously they're gonna run into Sans. But throughout the entire sort of genocide, Sans is also watching the humans. So he's also figuring out that something is wrong during this timeline. And basically what's gonna happen is that Frisk eventually gains control again. Not Kara, because Kara's gonna be knocked out pretty soon. And she's gonna be the most affected by the hatred. So yeah, she's basically gonna be knocked out for a long time. But she will help Frisk regain control, I guess, during the end, because otherwise it would just be the three of them, and Kara would have no reason to fight with them. So I guess Kara is gonna wake up, and she is gonna help Frisk regain control again. And basically, as soon as Frisk regains control, she instantly resets, because that darkness is just so strong that it's about to take its grip on them again. But she manages to reset, and then she, you know, has the determination to do a pacifist run. And at the end of the pacifist run, when they all get to the surface, you know, Frisk, Kara, Flowey, and Sans are gonna talk about what happened during the last timeline. They're gonna be like, what was going on? It was like something else was there. And that's when they're gonna sort of figure out that it wasn't actually them doing that, but that something else was pushing them or forcing them to do so. So yeah, basically they figured that out, and then during that pacifist timeline, they are gonna try a lot to redeem themselves. And by doing so, they become close friends, like it says right here. And that's basically gonna be chapter 1, I guess, when they're trying to redeem themselves. But then another reset will happen. And that is probably gonna be because of, I haven't even posted it here. Do I have it somewhere else? Probably. It's gonna be a lot of spoilers. A lot of them. Where am I going? Hiccups. UnderScroll. Untitled, because that's where I put it. Yeah, this is where I put it. Compost ranks. Yes, an accident is going to happen. And I wrote down here that Sans dies. But I'm not sure if it's going to be Sans. I think it will, because that will make for an interesting story. Because then Frisk will reset, you know, for Sans. And Sans is gonna be struggling with whether it's good or not, because he didn't want another reset, because they finally had an happy ending. But he does realize that Paps would break down without his brother, and he does realize that Frisk did that for him and Paps both. So he does thank the kid eventually. And then during that timeline, Asgore, I think Asgore is indeed going to have a vision of sorts. I'm not sure, maybe it's going to be something else, maybe someone tells him about it. I think it's just going to be like a vision. And that's where he asks 3 people that he trusts the most to come to his castle, and he's gonna ask them to become special protectors, you know, like a special force within the Royal Guard. A trio of guardians, if you will. That trio being Undyne, Sans, and Toriel. Of course, Toriel is gonna need a lot of convincing, so there's gonna be some drama between Asgore and Toriel as well. Because I don't want any of the characters to be sort of left behind. I mean, they're all amazing characters, so I want to go into, you know, depths with all of their stories. But the main characters are still gonna be, you know, Sans, Kara, Frisk, and Flowey, obviously. But yeah, the others are also going to have pretty important roles. It's not that they're gonna be just background characters who just have a couple of lines or something. No, I'm also going to go more into their personality. No one gets left behind, don't worry. I'm figuring out what I wanted to say. Oh, right. First, Undyne is of course going to be like, why would you ask Sans for that? So there's going to be some funny dynamic between those two, where Sans is kind of has to prove that he's strong enough. So I'm not sure how I'm going to do that yet, if those two are going to have like a little fight or something. I could do that. I could. Or it's indeed just Asgore explaining that Sans is the royal judge. I'm not sure about that yet. But yeah. Basically, those three are the closest to the king, and they're the three that Asgore would trust the most. Because Undyne is the captain of the royal guard. Sans is, of course, the the royal judge. And Tori used to be the queen. So those three people he trusts most, and he knows that those three people are also freaking powerful. So yeah. Those three are gonna sort of be guarding the underground extra, I guess. And then the human falls down, Sans meets them, he apologizes, and Frisk apologizes too for resetting again. So, they're gonna have like this cute moment where Sans is like, this reset, it's justified, don't worry kid, I'm not angry. But the darkness is still there. Only this time it can't exactly take control over our four main characters, so instead it goes to Asgore and indeed shows him that vision, which is, why he called the other three to him. And through that vision it kind of shows that the human is evil, and then that creature is somehow gonna manipulate everyone into thinking that the human is evil, and that the human is there to destroy them. So then they're all gonna be after the human, and then of course Flowey and Sans and Kara are gonna try to protect Frisk. So when they show up, they'll be seen as traitors. However, I'm still figuring out when and how Kara is going to be revived, because Kara is still like a ghost that's like by Frisk's side. But somehow Frisk is gonna like give half of her soul to Kara, something like that. And Kara is gonna be brought back alive again. So I'm still figuring out how that's gonna work. Maybe it's something that happened in the pacifist timeline that made it so that Kara stayed herself in a way, that she stayed human, and that when Frisk falls down, actually she and Kara both fall down. He, she, in my story, it's gonna be a she. I think, because I just see Kara and Frisk both as girls. I don't know why. So yeah. I might do something like that they both fall down as humans. And not just as a ghost. So yeah, but I'm still trying to figure that out, because somehow Kara has got to be there in a physical form so that the others see her as a traitor as well, because otherwise they wouldn't even know that she is there. Which could work too. It could work for a shock factor, that she gets revived later on. That at first they just think it's Flowey and Sans betraying them. And then later on, suddenly Kara is on their side as well, because she's revived. That could work too, because that would be like a huge shock factor for the others. Basically, the others are going to have to struggle with the fact that some of their friends might be turning on against them, even though it's not exactly the case, because, the other four are trying to protect everyone. It doesn't make a lot of sense now, but trust me, it will. It's going to be awesome. So, yeah. They kind of get the underground against them. Everyone in the underground. And they're gonna have to figure out a way to show them that the human wasn't responsible, but that something else is at play. And that's where things are gonna go really crazy. Because obviously Papyrus would definitely want to believe his brother. Because, I don't see Papyrus as the kind of brother that would be like, oh no, you're with the human. Oh no, you're evil. He wouldn't be like that. He wouldn't. He would be like, my brother must have a logical explanation as to why. this is going on. Because Papyrus is not stupid. He might be a little bit oblivious. A lot oblivious. But he's not stupid. He's smart enough to figure out that if his brother would do something that he wouldn't expect his brother to do, it would probably have a good reason. I think Papyrus would be able to think about that. I think he would be like, what's the reason for him doing that? Instead of, he's a traitor! Like Undyne is gonna do it, by the way. Undyne is gonna be like, no, she's gonna be the one that's just gonna call him a traitor. But that's mostly because she's just kind of fired up, in a way. I don't know if I'm explaining that correctly. But, you know, at the beginning she's like that, and later on she's gonna be like, why actually would he do that? And then she's gonna start thinking more like, wait a minute, he's literally the royal judge. Shouldn't he be by Asgore's side? Why would he do this? And that's when she's gonna think more about it, but at the beginning she is gonna be like, he's a traitor. Because I think that's just how Undyne would react. Because she's like she's very quick to act. She acts first and thinks second. That's how I see her. I'm not gonna give you too much spoilers yet, because I don't wanna give away everything. But, yeah. Oh, I also wrote this down. Like, I really like Xiang from Kung Fu Panda, because he's just awesome. He's an awesome villain. So, I was kind of thinking maybe the demon or monster was also the cause why Sans and Papyrus's mom got killed. If I'm gonna do that, then it's indeed going to be in the form of flashbacks, and it's going to be during the war. And, he's gonna see sort of that the human who killed his mom had the same sort of like eyes or feel to it as Frisk when they get possessed by that being. So he's gonna like connect the dots in a way, and he's gonna figure out that, hey, that thing is freaking dangerous. But if I do that, then the demon would have been there during the war. So if that's going to be the thing, then it's going to be locked away along with the monsters. And then the monsters would probably have knowledge over that demon. If I do that, then perhaps somehow the monsters decided to hide away the evidence and the knowledge of that demon existing to like try and keep everyone safe, because, you know, if you know about it, you're gonna go there to figure out if it's real or not. So maybe that's why the monsters decided to like just kind of erase the memory of that monster. Or creature, it's not a monster. But yeah, I'm still struggling with that too. I think he's going to be there before the monsters fell down there. So if that's the case, then maybe just a little bit of power leaked out and was able to control one of the humans during the war. I'm not exactly sure, but that could be a thing. That could be something that happens. Also wrote this down. I really like the idea of them having visions. But if they get visions, I kind of now have the idea that they all, each of them have like nightmares or visions, and then slowly but surely their nightmares/visions get connected. But it might be a little bit too much into the dream realm, since Asgore also gets a vision. So it might become a major part of the story where that creature is like able to control people's nightmares. Something like that. Because then it will make sense why so many people are having visions about that creature. So yeah, that's a little bit about that creature, I guess. Do I have any other spoilers or things I can give you guys? I don't know. Why am I going here again? I'm an idiot. I don't know if I have anything else. Yes, I do, actually. About the Wattpad story thing. Right here, I got a part called spoilers and part of the making of or something. Basically, this is where I'm gonna post scribbles and canon/non-canon ideas. So I'm just gonna post every single idea that I have. I'm gonna post it here. And and I might decide to eventually not use some of it. Like, these are just like the ideas that I have. This is just like a storyboard. Some things might get cancelled, some things might not. So that's what this is going to be. I already posted this one here because I kind of want to make a sort of trailer animation regarding this. Yeah, regarding this. Basically what happens here, maybe I should explain a little bit about that. But basically what happens here is Sans wakes up in a strange hallway that he doesn't recognize. He looks around for a bit, he finds some doors with bars in front of it. But at the end of the hall there's a door with a window that leads outside. So he gets closer to that door and basically that door opens on its own. I know, spooky. This is going to be a spooky trailer. This is going to be really spooky. I found like non-copyrighted scary music that I can use for this, and god, it is just bone-chilling. Pun intended. So, but yeah, it's really scary, that music, so this is going to be legitimately kind of a horror trailer about this story, because I do want to turn it into more of a serious toned, scary universe with a lot of lore behind it. So I want to dive into the past, basically, with this story. I want to like really show like how each character came to be what they are today. So yeah, there's gonna be a lot of that. So yeah, anyways, he goes through the door, even though it opened on its own. I'm not sure if I'm gonna make Sans like doubt for a moment that he's just like, what? Or if he's just gonna go for it. I think he's just gonna go for it because otherwise the intro is gonna be too long. And then he finds himself outside in the forest with a path that leads like two sides. And while he's walking through the forest, there's gonna be something stalking him from the trees. And then there's going to be a scary sound, and then you see the creature close up, kind of. But like it starts here with the mouth, and then it slowly moves up the camera until you can see its eye. That's what I was planning. And then Sans like turns around because he heard the sound, and he was like, what? What? And then there's going to be no one. He's not gonna see anyone, so he's gonna be confused. But he's gonna nervously keep on walking while the thing is still stalking him. Meanwhile, the humans are also kind of wandering around in the forest. And how they got there, I have no idea. I'm not sure if I'm gonna draw that. I'm not sure of how long this is going to be. So I'm not sure how many more scenes I can put in here. But basically they're gonna be walking around as well. And they hear some noises behind them, and you know, they also turn around and look at it. I actually have the second part right here. Extra spoilers. Yes, got it. Alright. So basically they wander around a bit while seemingly being followed. Because the creature, I might do kind of like, I might make it so that the creature can like split itself up into multiple beings. But like only during nightmares, like only when it's at its strongest. Don't know if you can see it, probably not, but this is kind of more of the idea that I have. I could take a picture of it and edit it in later, I'm just an idiot. I'm not sure if I'm gonna do that though, because it would be too much of a spoiler. Yeah, basically then it cuts to Flowey, who notices the huge shadow casting over him, and then it cuts to his scream, and then some other stuff is going to happen that I'm not going to talk about because I don't want to spoil everything, because that would make it less interesting. So yeah, I kind of have part of chapter 1 uploaded here as well. What I'm doing here is I'm slowly replacing bits and pieces of the story with the comic, and eventually when it's finished, the full comic is going to be uploaded here, and then I might make a second part kind of in a way where it's just the story. So yeah, this is kind of the most accurate internet page you can look at for UnderScroll, because you get this, you know, you get the comic part of the story, but then as soon as the comic is sort of like done, like you can see how far I got with the comic, then you can still read what's gonna happen next as in the story. So yeah, if you're really interested, I would suggest to like keep watching Wattpad, because that's where I'm gonna post the most updates. And I think that's about it. Yeah, I think that is about it. Maybe I got some more things with art, UnderScroll. I guess this is like the sounds in a way. I might do some forest sounds in the background. Not sure. I might use these forest sounds for the actual comic. I think this is about it. I think this is about all the spoilers I can give you guys for now. I'm pretty sure it is. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is. So I hope you guys enjoyed. If you have any questions regarding my universe, or if you somehow want some more spoilers, you can always ask me. If you want some tips, or if you can give me some tips, leave it in the comments down below. Other than that, have a great day, I guess, because I don't know what else I can say at this point. So I'll see you on the flip side.